you're in the union for theater.
Yeah.
Um, I actually don't know about anything about that. I only know about the film one.
Okay.
Let's. What is it, and how'd you get it? And then what's is it similar to being in the union in film generally, if that makes sense?
Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, it's called Actors Equity, and it's the professional theater union. And yeah, I joined. I've been a member. I'm 23 now. I've been a member since I was 15, so my sophomore year of high school, when
Oh,
I did the play, The Crucible, that I auditioned for and got a part through like my children's theater director that recommended me. And at the time, I knew nothing about it. I was 15. In my head, I was just like, this is a professional show. Like, oh my gosh, and this is so
yeah.
cool that I'm auditioning. Like, um, and I basically, I just had my parents, like, I signed a bunch of paperwork to, like, because I guess to which I learned after the fact, but for this particular instance, I think just because I was a minor, I was also the only minor in the show. I automatically joined the union just by doing this show,
Okay.
because then I had to get, like, paid. I had to miss school, um,
Can you still
stuff
do
like
non-union theater, or it has to be all union now?
I it's kind of bad that I should know more about this, and I don't.
I got you.
Um, because I've technically, like, you're not supposed to be allowed to do non-union theater unless it's under the term of, like, being educational. So,
Okay.
like, college theater, you can do they basically just don't want you doing professional theater that's unpaid if you're but then again, like, so I did that, like, when I was a sophomore, and then because my junior and senior year of high school, I was like, there was maybe 1 or 2 shows I went like, my grandma took me to audition for in the city that I didn't get or something, like, but most of my junior and senior year of high school was spent, like, like, being a teenager and doing, like, the shows that were in my school. Like, I wasn't like, there was a moment where because I thought I was, like, so cool after booking this one show where I had, like,
Yeah.
5 lines, I, like, wanted to drop out of high school and just, like, start auditioning, and I did one showcase with, like, another theater program that I had done, and did get an agent interested and talked to them. By the time I talked to them my junior year, though, they were like, "We're gonna be honest with you, like, you're 16, like, a lot of the roles in TV and film that you'd be going for, 1, you'd have to fully move to LA, 2, they're gonna be given to people that are 18 or above, so they're adults." And they were like, "We recommend that you focus on, like, getting into a good school for acting and then, like, not worry about getting an agent right now and, like, do a summer program." So, I just focused on like, enjoying high school. I
Okay.
wasn't really auditioning for equity shows. And then come college, I also wasn't really, like, auditioning for too many because I was just so busy with school that, and I heard, like, people talking 'cause I think there's, like, maybe 1 or 2 kids, especially at Wagner, that were part of the union too, and they were like, "Oh, yeah," you know, they suggest that maybe you put your equity card on hold while you're in college because it precludes you from doing a lot of summer stocks that kids are doing and everything. But, I mean, I had a hard enough time deciding where I was, like, gonna freaking be at college,
Yeah.
so you know, just never did the summer stocks that everyone else was kinda doing,
You have an
and,
agent now?
I don't have an agent. I mean, I would love to have an agent now, but, um, once, the pandemic hit and kind of at the time that I was like, "This is what I'm would love to start looking," and everything, I talked to one of my teachers at USC who I had for, like, an acting for commercials class because him and
Okay.
I got pretty close, and I was like, "What do you think? Like, should I start looking right now?" And he was like, "Honestly, agents have a hard time because we're in a global pandemic right now, finding work for their own rosters, so they're probably not gonna be looking to take anyone on right now, just to be completely blunt. I would wait, like, a couple months," and I'm like, "Okay." So, don't have an agent,
Yeah. You have like a
and
reel and all that?
no, not an official one. There was a Reels class that I should have taken at USC, which would have been so smart, but instead
Got you.
of taking it, I took an acting for sitcoms class, which was great.
Got you.
But I've been I kinda have to spend some time probably within the next month or so, like, compiling some short films that I did at USC, some, like, scene work that I have recorded, maybe do, like, a monologue or scene that I've and record it, like, one that I've worked on and know really well, like, in a TV film class I took, and, like, actually put together a reel. I guess I just wasn't sure exactly what it should look like, so something I'm working on, but definitely trying to get there.